After all, then and oh, hello there. Yes, it might actually be a smaller or much more, perhaps grander universe than we may have thought before. However, that's not what we're discussing in this episode. What we're discussing is, can Wolfram hypergraphs potentially help solve for, I don't know, like the United States of America and or a lot of other. All I'm saying is, if we have a tool and we could actually see how things function rather than having to see horrific consequences for things not functioning, could we figure some stuff out? I don't know. Professor Wolfram.
The physics project was something that would not have any applications for maybe 100 or 200 years. Maybe there would be physics experiments one could do, but there wouldn't actually be actual applications of the physics project to real things that were part of the practical world. Turns out I'm wrong. Turns out that even now we can start to see very strong, very interesting applications in a way that I did not expect. Because basically what happens is, in the physics project, we've developed this kind of formalism for understanding how physics works. And it's a very foundational formalism. It's I tend to refer to it as the multi-computational formalism. And I can explain a little bit about how it works. But the thing that's important about it is, it turns out it's a core foundational paradigm for thinking about modeling things. And that core foundational paradigm can be applied not just to physics, but also to lots of other areas as well. But here's the really important thing that I didn't really see coming, which is, when you have a core paradigm that can be applied across a lot of areas, including something like physics. Physics has been a tremendously successful field over the past, particularly 100 years. And so if you know that the core foundational paradigm that it has is shared with some other field, you can import some of the success of physics into those other fields. So if you can formulate these other fields with the same...
Essentially, the more you learn, the more efficient we can become. Imagine my shock. The more we learn, I don't know, it sounds like most any like video game I've ever played, where it's like, you gather your resources, you make sure you balance at certain points. Sometimes sacrifices must be made. But at the same time, if you now have a tool where you can actually start to see what made this do, and you actually start to, like, I don't know, rather having all these laws and maybe they're being enforced, maybe they aren't, some places are different. This is the thing. You might not always like what's going on, but folks just want to feel like they have a fair shake. At least if you have something like this, it's like, well, at least you can figure out what's going on. Because my friend Gabby, God rest his soul, I often disagreed with him, but as a Brit, he literally always said, it's like, I think there's an argument for the folks that grow up in a country, or if you have a state-run education, it's supposed to help prepare you for, like, life. There's so many laws and stuff on the books to keep track of. It's like, is that the level of a reasonably prudent person? Apparently, that may have been changed, I hear. I'm just saying, a lot of these things I think make sense. As long as we can understand them. We understand them in our own different ways. But let's see you there, Pearhead, as well as Rhea. Yes, I'm doing the sacrilegious thing and proposing this might be useful for future laws, and maybe even trying to understand how current legislation is interacting. Because I see all these different arguments, and it's like, is it because you can't solve this because it's too hard? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Some problems we may never solve. I don't think we've gotten quite there yet, though. What I'm saying is, if we can apply this, we actually solve something. What's the one thing standing in our way? Ourselves. We're not getting it done just because we don't want to give the other side a win. Just some food for thought. Yes. Hey, peace out, everybody. Be safe. It's a crazy world. I think some good things are coming. See you, everybody. Where's the thing? That's not the thing. This has been claimed by Warner Brothers. I'm not sure who actually owns that property. But, peace out, everybody.
Have you guys checked out the Memes of Destruction's channel? He's an interesting dude. I